Woi kacau. Woi, tsunami sudah ini. Demo tsunami sudah ini. Langsung.
Aduh, ini apa mereka masuk di dalam? Aduh, aduh, Tuhan.
Air surut. Angkat ramdon tuh.
A powerful earthquake struck eastern Indonesia early Saturday, August 15, 2026, sending strong tremors across parts of Nusa Tenggara Timur, or East Nusa Tenggara, and Nusa Tenggara Barat, or West Nusa Tenggara. The earthquake triggered a tsunami warning and caused residents in several coastal communities to move away from beaches and seek safer locations. According to Indonesia's Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysical Agency, known as BMKG, the earthquake was initially recorded at magnitude 7.7. The epicenter was located approximately 30 kilometers northeast of Mbay in Nagekeo Regency, East Nusa Tenggara. The earthquake occurred early in the morning when many people were still at home or preparing to begin their daily activities. The shaking was powerful enough to be felt across a wide area. Reports indicated that the tremor was felt not only across Flores and other parts of East Nusa Tenggara, but also as far away as Lombok in West Nusa Tenggara. For residents, the sudden shaking created moments of panic. People rushed outside their homes, while others moved toward higher ground after authorities issued warnings about the possibility of tsunami waves along vulnerable coastlines. The danger was not limited to the earthquake itself. Because the epicenter was located offshore and the earthquake was relatively shallow, authorities immediately began monitoring the possibility of tsunami activity. BMKG issued an early tsunami warning for coastal areas in East Nusa Tenggara, West Nusa Tenggara, and parts of Sulawesi. At one point, the potential tsunami threat was estimated at between 0.5 and 3 meters in some areas. This warning prompted authorities and residents to take precautions. People living near the coastline were advised to stay away from beaches and riverbanks and to move towards safer, elevated areas. The situation was particularly concerning because eastern Indonesia is highly vulnerable to earthquakes and tsunamis. The region sits within the Pacific Ring of Fire, one of the most seismically active zones on Earth. For communities in Nusa Tenggara, earthquakes are not an unfamiliar experience, but a powerful earthquake of this scale can still create serious risks, particularly when it occurs close to populated coastal areas. Early reports also indicated damage to several structures in parts of Flores. In Maumere, reports described damage at the port, while parts of the Ridapuriat Seminary were also reportedly affected during morning activities. However, the full scale of the damage was still being assessed as authorities began checking buildings, roads, bridges, ports, and other critical infrastructure. Emergency teams and local authorities were also expected to continue monitoring the situation for possible aftershocks. One of the biggest concerns following a major earthquake is the possibility of additional strong tremors. Residents were therefore urged not to immediately return to damaged buildings until they were considered safe. Meanwhile, coastal communities remained alert as officials monitored sea levels and tsunami indicators. Fortunately, the tsunami warning was later declared to have ended by BMKG. This was an important development, but authorities continued to urge people to remain cautious and follow official information. The earthquake is also a reminder of how quickly conditions can change in Indonesia's earthquake-prone regions. A normal morning can suddenly turn into an emergency within seconds. For people living near the coast, the first priority during a major earthquake is personal safety. If strong shaking is felt, people should protect themselves from falling objects, and once the shaking stops, move away from potentially dangerous structures. If a tsunami warning is issued, residents in coastal areas should immediately follow evacuation instructions and move toward higher ground or designated safe locations. They should not return to the coastline simply because the first wave appears small or the water seems calm. Tsunamis can arrive in multiple waves, and later waves can sometimes be more dangerous than the first. As authorities continue to assess the effects of this powerful earthquake, residents across Nusa Tenggara are watching closely for aftershocks and further official updates.
Wih, kasihan, Bonerate. Wih.
The immediate tsunami threat has ended according to BMKG, but the recovery and assessment phase is still underway. For now, the focus remains on checking damaged buildings, assisting affected communities, monitoring aftershocks, and ensuring that residents have access to accurate information. The earthquake in East Nusa Tenggara also highlights the importance of disaster preparedness throughout Indonesia. For millions of people living on islands and coastal areas, knowing evacuation routes, preparing emergency supplies, and understanding tsunami warnings can make a critical difference during a disaster. This event is still developing, and further information may emerge as emergency authorities complete their assessments. What is clear is that the powerful earthquake sent shockwaves across parts of East and West Nusa Tenggara and briefly placed coastal communities on high alert for a potentially dangerous tsunami. For residents, the experience was a powerful reminder of the unpredictable force of nature. And for Indonesia, a country located along the Pacific Ring of Fire, the earthquake serves once again as a reminder that preparedness can save lives. We will continue to monitor developments and provide updates as more verified information becomes available. Stay safe, stay alert, and always follow instructions from local authorities and Indonesia's official disaster monitoring agencies.